Yo, what's happening, y'all? It's your man Valentine, baby. Coming from on the grind. Yo, man, you know how we gonna do it. You know how it's about to go down. It's the inside edition, man. I know, with the home edition. Ain't no sun. Ain't going outside. So you know how we gonna do it. We doing it inside for y'all. And this one is just gonna be just something like this. Again, another dude, another week, and we hear that another man got shot in Los Angeles, I think it is. And like I said, man, I keep hoping that every week I come and talk to y'all, I never have to say that. But you have to understand how it is with black people or anybody of color and the police. Man, it gets tiring each time I come on here and I tell y'all. But this is what happens daily. You feel me? And it's irritating. It's a crime. I don't know, whatever words can I use that can say how bad it really is, because that's what it is. The systemic racism, the police brutality, the socioeconomic reasons, man, that, everything. For black people to get the social equality, social reform, and the racial equality, and to have everything come together and to be able to be, instead of we want to be treated as humans and everything else. This will not stop. It's gonna take a while for this thing to come to an end, because this is just crazy. And it just continues to happen. And the upper government has to do something about it. In Canada, in America, all over the world, somebody has to do something in order for this to stop. So, social reform, some sort of police reform, it's gonna have to happen. And the more you sit there and fight against it, the more this continues to happen. So the police and all the people who are fighting against it needs to stop. You know what I mean? So anyway, man, I don't know if y'all was watching this weekend or last week, where you saw Dumpy Trumpy test positive for COVID-19. Now there's like 18 different people in the White House that test positive. Then this man puts on a show, goes for a ride while he's supposed to be in the hospital with his motorcade, tweets on Twitter, "Don't be afraid of the virus," because now that he thinks that he has it, he has some invincibility. This dude is still not over the virus, because then yesterday he gets out of the hospital and goes back to the White House and does the show of force thing where he rips off his mask. Dude, anybody who's been next to this dude should quarantine. This is what they say. Anybody if you've been in contact with anyone that has tested positive for COVID-19, you need to quarantine for 14 days. None of these fools in the White House is quarantining for 14 days. Pence is going to have a debate tomorrow with Kamala Harris. I'm thinking that Kamala Harris shouldn't do it, but I guess they're going to have a plexiglass and they're going to be at least, instead of 6 feet, maybe 12 feet apart. But you know what? Here's the thing. Here's how reckless and irresponsible these people are. They don't have nobody wearing a mask in the White House still. Pence is still going to travel. Trump go to the White House, know he's infected, doesn't wear a mask to go in and take photos with the photographers. People, this is the man that knows and knew that the virus is dangerous. You feel what I'm saying? So You cannot be believing somebody like this who's putting so many people's lives in jeopardy. They won't even contact trace. Listen, Joe Biden didn't get a call to let him know that Trump was tested positive. Think about that. You got your opponent. Would you not want to call them to say, hey, look, you know what? I tested positive, so you want to go ahead and quarantine. But nah, he didn't do that. Nobody got a call saying that Hope Hicks, the press secretary, Doug, I think it's Krispy Kreme Christie, and everybody else who's tested positive. I mean, come on, man. This is the irresponsibility of these people. It's reckless and irresponsible. Also disrespectful to everybody else who's had or died of COVID-19. There's 211,000 people in the U.S. that's dead. And this man still's telling people not to fear the virus. Oh, it won't do you any harm. Come on, man. This is what I'm saying, people. You need to go out and vote November 3rd, because we need to take the country back. And it needs to go to somebody who can actually run the country. You know what I mean? And who won't divide us and won't do reckless things like this and put people's lives in danger. So November 3rd, y'all got to get out there and vote. Biden Harris, man. That's what has to happen. You feel me? And people, in Canada, we have to understand, numbers are going up in Canada. So we need to start doing other things. We need to start wearing a mask. This is the key. Remember, this virus does not discriminate. It doesn't care who you are. You feel what I'm saying? The only thing that discriminates is the pandemic of racism. That's the only thing that discriminates. So people, remember, wear your mask, social distance, wash your hands, hand sanitize, stay away from the big crowds. That's what we need to do. You feel me? So remember, Kamala Harris says it. Racism has no vaccine. And also remember, COVID-19 doesn't have a vaccine as well. So we need to wait on that too. So let's do our best to combat and stop racism and be safe with this virus. Don't take it for granted. Do not be selfish, people. Do what you got to do to keep your family safe and all your people around you. You feel me? Yo, I'm your man Valentine, baby. If you think it's your time to shine, you need to get on the grind with your man Valentine.